Hello everyone and welcome to AP Human Geography. Today we're going to be continuing our section on complex borders. Now I'm not just going to be talking about enclaves and exclaves, I'm going to be giving examples about those, but I'm also going to talk about something else. So if I scroll down here, you'll see that I have these images. I'm going to talk about each one of them. It's too big to fit anywhere else. I should put that there. Anyhow. Note that there are two of these, so there are multiple things I need to talk about on them. There are two different things I have on them, so I just got another one to put it there. This one right here, this is an enclave. This right here is an enclave, and it's pene-exclaves, and so it's a pene-exclave. That makes sense. This is only that too is a pene. No, it's not an exclave, so it's just a pene-exclave. This is Brunei, FYI. I'm not going to actually put that down there because I have a horrible writing right now. So, let's move on to this. I'll say that for last. What's going on there? So, if you see here, there are actually two different pene-exclaves. Can you see them? Well, one of them here is Portugal, and the other one is Gibraltar, which is also an exclave, so it's a pene-exclave. Now, Portugal is enclaved, or it's a pene-exclave, because of the fact that its only land border is to go across a Spanish border. And, of course, there's nowhere to go outside there to another part, so it's not really. So it's a pene-exclave that has ocean borders. Now, there's also Gibraltar, which is an exclave of the UK in that it's technically an overseas territory. So even though it's its own country, I'm doing quotation marks here, it's actually technically not, because it's not technically part of the UK, but it technically is. So it technically is and isn't, which makes no sense at all. You may be thinking, hey, what about lonely Andorra up there? Well, it's not, because it has borders with both Spain and France. So therefore, it is considered just a landlocked country. So if you look here, I'm saving that for last. There are also two more countries that are completely enclaved by Italy. Can you see them? They are not pene-exclaves. There is San Marino in the north and Vatican City in Rome. So the interesting thing about Vatican is that if Rome were its own country, this would be Vatican, this would be Rome, and this would be Italy. Italy. Yep, pretty confusing, because that would mean that this is a pene-exclave. Actually, it's not. See, that's interesting. It's not a pene-exclave because of the fact that it has borders with the Vatican. So is it really considered a pene-exclave? Well, I'm pretty sure it does, because that is enclaving that, and it is completely surrounded by Italy. So I'm pretty sure that when they say it's enclaved, it means it's surrounded by, not just has one border. So, this is a really eerie idea, so I'll get to that soon. There's Lesotho. These three are really the only examples in the world that are true enclaves, which means that they're completely surrounded by only one country, no ocean borders whatsoever. It's only that. But if we want to include the pene-exclaves, and yes, there are tons of them. So anyhow, Lesotho is completely surrounded by South Africa. This is Lesotho, in case you can't see it. It has to rely on South Africa by quite a bit because its only option is to go around there. And it's not like there's only like an inch of land between it and the ocean, so it can't just go like that. It actually has to go through South Africa. So Lesotho's in a pretty awkward, it's in a weird place right now. Hopefully that changes. Now, for this, note Elm Point. This is what happens when you base borders off something that doesn't exist. So in this time, they made it, so, I need to start over on this. So, I'm going to start over on what I was going to say before. This is an awkward configuration. Note that Elm Point is cut off. Now this one I actually know the history of. So what happened is the United States and Canada, or it's more like UK, it's more like US and UK, they were deciding where the border should be. And it said, okay, the border will straighten out when the Mississippi crosses the parallel. But the Mississippi River never crossed the parallel. So let's say this is the parallel, and this is the Mississippi. It never actually touches it. So they're thinking, oh, gee, what are we going to do? So they found this river up here and decided, okay, that'll work. So they made the border jump up here to meet with the river. Just as it ends, they drop it back down to meet the parallel. But they didn't notice his Elm Point was somewhere in the middle of there. So Elm Point is awkwardly cut off. Right there. Now this is maybe thinking, hey, that's awkwardly cut off too. But no, it is sustainable. S for sustainable. It is super. But Elm Point would have to go all the way through the border. I'd go through the border twice in order to get to it. Seriously. I really feel bad for Minnesota right now. So anyway. Up here, we get to this one. This is where it gets pretty confusing. There are actually two different things here. Right here is an exclave. In case you haven't noticed that, it's completely separated from there. But that's not really the most important part. I need to zoom in for you to see this. Note that there are multicolors in here. You're probably thinking, oh, what a glitch. But it's not a glitch. Let me shrink my brush. It's not a glitch. It's actually supposed to be there. So there's all these little enxclaves. Don't use that term in your notebook or anything, because it's not actually a term. So if you're taking notes off of this, don't actually do that. Don't put enclaves. Put enclave/exclave. Or you just do that and put in the side note, say it doesn't exist. This is tiny. Is it any bigger? No, it's not. That's a little better. So these are all exclaved exclaves. So they're enclaves, but I'm trying to stop using that term. So note that these right here, the ones I'm marking in gray with X's, what am I doing? That's not one of them. These are exclaves of, I almost said Uzbekistan. This is Azerbaijan. So these are exclaves of Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan, it's hard to pronounce, and they're both enclaves within Armenia. But this right here, which I'm going to mark in black, is an exclave of Armenia in Azerbaijan. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, back to hundreds. So it gets pretty confusing. Now, there is one thing I did not include, and I did that on purpose. I didn't include the border. Actually, there are quite a bit of things I missed, but I just want to explain this. There is the difference between Belgium, and that's horrible, Belgium, and the Netherlands. That's horrible representation. That's Netherlands, and that's Belgium. Now, that border may seem pretty good to you, but really looks like this. With a few, no, a lot more than just a few. Some of them even go like this. Yeah. Actually, maybe I should try to get an image of it. Let's see. Belgium. Pretty sure I'm not supposed to be doing this, but Belgium, Netherlands. Let's see. Oh, not the seriously. Forget that. Across the United States. Over here. The border may seem nice to you, even though it's still jagged. Look, right here. Perfect example. Very confusing. So you get the idea. There are a lot of weird things here. So, hope they fix that. But this is the world for now. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it's probably not going to last long enough. So, because there's 4 representations. So, hope you enjoyed this episode of Human Geography, AP Human Geography. So remember, keep on loving geography.